Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about, does God choose your spouse? Okay, so as you already know, marriage is God's idea. And, God created the woman for the man. You can read this in the book of Genesis chapter 2, where scriptures say it is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him, right? I'm paraphrasing here. And so as you begin to read Genesis chapter 2, you learn that God made a covenant with Adam to give him a suitable helper, okay, which was Eve, all right? So if marriage is God's idea and God created a woman for the man, it is God who joins the man and woman together for his specific plan and purposes. And again, you can find this in the book of Jeremiah 29:11, where it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." So included in God's plan for your life is the spouse he has already chosen for you to do life with, okay? And so I'm going to give you some scriptures that back up God does choose your spouse, okay? So in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 14, it say, "But a prudent wife is from the Lord." So God gives the husband a prudent wife. This is how you know it's coming from the Lord, because he will give you a prudent wife. Another translation, the NLT version, say, "Only the Lord can give an understanding wife." Okay, and the Amplified Bible say, "But a wise, understanding, and sensible wife is a gift and blessing from the Lord." So it is God who gives the man a prudent, understanding, wise, and sensible wife. Okay, it tells us in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22, "Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord." The whoso speaks to God, who it say whoso find it, right? So the man can find his own wife, or God can find the wife and present the wife to the man, or God can use a destiny helper to connect the husband with the wife, okay? Now, Mark chapter 10, verse 9, it say, "What God has joined together, let not man separate." So again, we see from this scripture that God is the one joining the man and the woman together, okay? Which confirms that God is who, God really does choose our spouses, right? In Proverbs chapter 20, verse 6, it say, "But a faithful man who can find." Again, God is the one who is finding a faithful man for the prudent wife. God is the one finding a faithful man for the wife who is understanding, for the wise wife, for the sensible wife, okay? And it is God who joins a prudent wife with a faithful man, okay? And we can see this play out all throughout Scripture. You see this play out in Adam and Eve. You see this play out with Abraham and Sarah. You see this play out in Ruth and Boaz, Esther and the king, okay, etc., okay? And so understand, going back to the scripture in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 6, when it said, "But a faithful man who can find," because when you look at Adam and Eve, when you look at Abraham and Sarah, Ruth and Boaz, Esther and the king, look at the man. They were faithful in their relationship with the Lord. They were faithful in prayer, okay? Prayer is communication with God. They were faithful in their purpose, okay? So, we see how this is playing out, okay? And so to answer the question, does God choose your spouse? Yes, he does, okay? And it is God who is joining these two individuals together for his plan and purposes, okay? So with that, I am Tequila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.